好辛苦喺早幾日已經籌備我哋啲義工，都俾啲掌聲我哋啲義工，香港人好傷，香港人樂隊義工。
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Deputy Mayor and friends of Hong Kongers. And also we have so many supporters inside the community. I'm Carmen, a former district councillor in Hong Kong, and also a committee member of Hong Kong March. So thank you. First of all, I would like to thank every collaborating organizations, including Hong Kongers in Britain, and also we have Solihull Hong Kongers here today, and also thank all the volunteers. It's almost the end of March, and we have finished like 60 events across the UK with over 20 organizations and local councils, and also we have friends from churches and also other local organizations that help us to go through this march and celebrate the Hong Kong identity in the UK. So our vision of having Hong Kong March as a cultural festival is that we wish that through our integration process in the UK, we not only to get used to the culture in the UK or speak English, but we really wish to preserve our own identity and celebrate the other core value in the UK, which is the racial cohesion. So we are really thankful, and it's a privilege of us to have so many participants and also supporters from other cultural backgrounds that attending our events and also help us to promote our own culture, which we cherish a lot. And thank you for coming. And I now speak in Cantonese because bilingual is also one of our cultural identity. 多謝大家各位今日出席嘅，好高興啦！喺梳利侯呢個咁少嘅地方都有咁多嘅朋友支持我哋。咁Hong Kong March 就接近尾聲啦，今日都3月尾啦咁樣。咁我哋都好高興喺超過咗20個城市，有60幾個活動喺3月嘅時候發生嘅。咁亦都今日見到好多香港人嘅面孔啦，但係其實我哋都好希望其實係透過 Hong Kong March 去將香港嘅文化係介紹俾喺英國大家其他文化背景嘅朋友認識。咁所以希望大家今日參加完呢個活動，可能食完魚蛋、飲完碗仔翅之後咧，都可以將香港或者香港 March 呢一件事介紹俾你哋身邊嘅 local 朋友認識。咁希望下一年或者嚟緊我哋 Hong Kong March 嘅活動，或者可能甚至乎係港僑嘅活動又好，或者係一啲地區組織，包括Solihull Hong Kongers 嘅活動都好，大家可以介紹俾身邊嘅 local 朋友，等佢哋都可以認識到我哋香港人嘅文化，因為我都相信其實文化融入嘅過程真係唔係淨係單向我哋去認識英國文化，而係我哋都要將我哋嘅文化特質去介紹，或者係將我哋作為一個香港人所珍視嘅一啲價值去俾大家英國嘅 local 朋友認識。所以希望大家過咗今日之後，真係將香港嘅文化可以輸出去其他嘅local 嘅朋友上面。好，咁亦都再次多謝咁多位義工朋友，亦都多謝我哋嘅合作嘅組織，多謝 Simon， 多謝阿 Mac。係啦，咁就亦都多謝大家，係啦，希望大家 enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Really welcome all of you to reception Solihull. I'm really honored as well to firstly come to the Catholic Church because I feel, for a long time that the Catholic Church served as a sanctuary for welcoming people and especially welcoming vulnerable groups and those people new migrants, and serve not only physically, financially, but also to serve as a mental health support for all of those people. I do hope, based on history, Catholic Church is not showing the establishment, but it's a century, it's also a very crucial point that to show love, care amongst the people's community. And I'm so glad that Vice Deputy Mayor showing the same attitude to all of us new migrants from Hong Kong. So always we've been here with the welcome, but we always remember that's our duty as well. How do we serve back to the community? How can we contribute the economy and society back to the UK? And I'm really glad that also we've been encouraged that we've been entitled, default, we have been entitled for basic civil rights to engage within this civil life, including in different part of the councils, parliaments, and in the future. We do hope that Hong Kongers could be flourished, not just survive in different kind of professions, including we hope that in the future we will have an elected representative as well for those local residents. And that's also very important. We're not only focusing on the UK. We need to bring our experience from Asia to here. And that's make it the UK to be more potent, to be more globalized, and to be more open-minded to the world. Moreover, that's we have a duty as well. We always remember those who can't to be with us, to come here, being within this safe place, being in this century. We always remember those people that are still being persecuted. We still remember those people being in prison. And that's why we need to be in church, being protected, because we believe in love, we believe in care, because we are together. And that's part of the community, the sense of community we need to set up. We do hope that one day we will be protected when we get into this country, then in some way we can rebuild the new checks and balance with the resources, and we're being protected as well. And we believe one day we can go back to the hometown without any fear. No matter the next generations that they believe, they might be British, they might be Hong Kongers. Still, we still believe next generation, or even to us, we at least have a basic choice to go to a place without fear, especially a place we have so many plans over there. And I do hope that we can keep this faith and hope. This is not the end. This is a new beginning. We need to convey this kind of message. And I'm really glad that Carmen and many other people organized Hong Kong March that to let this message still preserving the culture of Hong Kong to be learned by the British locals and know about our story. So our responsibility, the duty, we live up on all of you and next generation. We'll have much more duty we have to do. We need to rescue our people. We can't let this injustice thing sink. Still that obvious. Even we believe in very basic thing. We respect different thoughts. We believe basic freedom. We believe different kind of people we could peacefully live together. So thank you so much.
Can you hear me at the back? Yes! Do you want the half an hour or 5 minutes? Well, good, because you're only going to get the 5 minutes. Everyone, can I start by saying that the Mayor of Solihull, Councillor Ken Meeson, sends his very, very deepest apologies that he's not with you this afternoon. It's not very often that me as the Deputy Mayor gets dragged out to come to events, but he was absolutely adamant. Joe, will you please go to the Hong Kong event on Sunday afternoon and just welcome everybody and say to everybody, we are so delighted that you have decided to make your homes here in Solihull, or indeed the wider Birmingham and the rest of the region. Now, I mustn't talk about Birmingham or I will get into trouble, but Solihull is the most wonderful place on the earth. We have the 10th best schools in the United Kingdom, according to the Sunday Times. So those of you who have children, can I please urge you to bring those children to be educated in Solihull. Remember, Birmingham Airport isn't Birmingham Airport, it's Solihull Airport. The airport is in Solihull. We have Jaguar Land Rover. We have the NEC. We may be small, but we punch way above our weight. It is a wonderful, wonderful place. And everyone, every single one of you who has made this decision to leave I know what must have been a wonderful home in Hong Kong. And none of you wanted to leave your home, I'm sure. You wanted to stay there probably for the rest of your lives. But then the political situation has changed, and you find yourself making this journey. And I've been privileged to speak to some of you today and to hear of some of the difficult journeys you've had here. But I do want to say to you again, everyone, you are most welcome in this country. Sometimes those of us who were born in the United Kingdom, and by the way, I wasn't born in the United Kingdom, I was born in Sri Lanka. My father was in the army, and somehow I got born in Sri Lanka. But those of us who call the United Kingdom our home, sometimes we take for granted the privileges we have to live in this community. So I want to say to all of you, please enjoy your time in the United Kingdom. Make this your home. If you possibly can, get involved in community events as much as you possibly can. Volunteer. Please think about entering politics, because you will be given the warmest of welcomes. And I tell you what, one day, in 10 years' time, I want to be sitting in that audience, and maybe there's a mayor standing up here who came from who came from a Hong Kong background. So everyone, welcome. Please enjoy the day, the rest of the festivities. It's such a privilege to be here today. Thank you so much.
Everyone, so nice to be here today and see you all. I think more people are eating food because it's much better than to be sitting here. So I'm Val, I think I've met some of you. I'm the West Midlands British Nationals from Overseas Project Manager, which means my job is to help people that have arrived here in the last 2 years to help settle in their communities and to help you access any support that you may need. So we support with employment, housing, immigration tax, anything that you need support with, you can contact me and I will do my best to help you. Do you translate as I go along? Or?
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, so as I said, so my role is to support Hong Kongers across the West Midlands, and we know that in Solihull we have got the largest number of Hong Kongers, so we know that school admissions is the highest from the West Midlands. So I always say to people, when your friends and family are in Hong Kong, say to them, don't come to Solihull. go somewhere else. Let us get our house and our children to school, and then they can come. So we're starting to see more communities in like Wolverhampton, Shropshire, Telford, and as well as Birmingham, and then Coventry and Warwickshire. So my role is to go across the whole of the West Midlands to meet people and to ensure that you have what you need. If you don't have the support you need, please reach out to me. You can reach me through the Solihull Council, you can reach me through Monsignor Daniel, through Manchow, so anybody that you can reach me through. So I don't know if we've got people from Solihull Council here.
No.
I just saw the badge. I think you're really lucky to be in Solihull, if I'm honest, and I think the Solihull Council, especially the community team, have really stepped up. So I think the last 18 months, they've done a lot of work with Hong Kongers, really have done a lot of work. It's been hard. So I remember having a conversation with the Austin, and so he said, I think we've got about 40 children in school. This was December 21. 2 hours later, he emails, no, there's 400. So they acted very, very quickly. I think now at the moment we've got nearly 1,300 school admissions in Solihull. Now for Solihull, it's quite small, so it's a very big number that they've had to deal with. So if you need to wait for a school place, don't panic. It's not because you're from Hong Kong, it's everywhere in the UK. You have to wait for your place at the doctors, at school, at the dentist. But if you find that you are being unfairly treated or you need more support, then please reach out to the council, reach out to me, reach out to your councillors, your MPs. Everybody is here to support you. So welcome to this event, and thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
You might notice all the other distinguished guests that are joining you for the festival all have lovely titles. But I quite like my title. How did he introduce me? Local Peng Yao. So I'm happy to be the Peng Yao, you know. I know later I will share a little bit about Hong Kong UK connections, but I just wanted to say that it's been a privilege actually for me over the last 2 years to start connecting with people from Hong Kong. I started a really weird thing called Hong Kong English Corner, which some of you might have heard of, and I started it thinking, oh, there's a few people coming from Hong Kong, and maybe they want to know a little bit about England. And then actually one of the people here today, Byron, who's part of the volunteer group and organising today, said, I'd like to go on a guided tour. I want to learn about Birmingham. I said, you know, I can't do a walk to Solihull, that will take too long. So I organised a guided walk in Birmingham, and he was the only person who came. But we had a great time. In fact, it was so good, he said to me, Tim, we have to do this again. So, and he said, you know, when you do it again, I'll bring my friend. So I said, okay, I'll tell people in the group, let's do it again. And offered the opportunity, and he came again. So that was, you know, quite surprising, but his friend didn't. But 3 other people from Hong Kong did come. And gradually over time, I've been able to connect with a lot of people from Hong Kong. There are now 550 Hong Kongers in the Hong Kong English Corner who connect in different ways. Yesterday there's a group of about 20 of them went for a hike not too far from here in Boston, and basically it's been a real pleasure just helping people from Hong Kong to find out actually the things you can do here, the history and so on. So that's been a real pleasure for me. So thank you.